Chances are, if you're watching this video, then you already know that I've been covering the Britney Spears situation for a long time now. But for those of you all who might not know, we've been discussing this issue for going on a few years, basically since the end of her conservatorship. And after studying this situation very thoroughly, after paying very close attention to how everything has played out since the end of the conservatorship, I can confidently say that Britney is doing worse off now than ever. Don't get me wrong, we have seen little periods or little spurts where her behavior was maybe more erratic and outrageous. But right now, she is doing worse than ever. And you can see it. I'm not necessarily just talking about her behavior, but in the way she looks. There is a huge difference between how Britney looked a couple of years ago when she still had the proper care and how Britney looks right now. It's obvious that the lack of sleep, I don't know if maybe it's the outburst or the manic episodes that she's going through, but it's all weighing on her pretty heavily. And of course, her behavior is still outrageous. It's still nonstop videos of her twirling around in circles, dog poop everywhere, throwing cigarettes around inside the house, looking like she hasn't slept in weeks, whipping her arms around, telling people to kiss her butt and all of this nonsense as she looks like a bag lady. She literally looks like a homeless woman now. And everyone wants to pretend like she looks better and more happy and freer now than she did under the conservatorship, when she was actually glowing, had a relationship with her kids, and she still had a career. But right now, Britney is at her lowest. I mean, her husband, Sam, left her, straight up divorced her, not the other way around. Sam dumped Britney, claiming that Britney was hitting him, acting crazy, and then she started banging random dudes that were at the house to fix their toilet. Okay? A lot of people like to shy away from things. I don't think Sam was ever there for the right reasons, but imagine being a gold digger and deciding, you know what, it's not even worth it. Pretending to be Britney's husband, hanging around with her every now and then, it's not even worth it. He straight up kicked her to the curb. So now Britney is basically alone. The little overhyped book that everyone was talking about for years, it came out, people talked about it for a week, everyone forgot about it now. Her whole little passionate fan base of people who wanted to free Britney, they're all gone. She's looking around now, and all of those people that were singing her praises and supporting all of this nonsense, they're all gone. Britney's the last thing on their mind now. As soon as another story became relevant, they all ditched Britney to go talk about the next train wreck. So Britney is left in this fragile state. Husband left her. The Free Britney movement left her, basically. And you see, Britney doesn't have much going for her right now. The only thing she has going for her is that she is Hollywood's biggest train wreck that everyone tunes into. Everyone wants to see it because it's kind of hard to look away. So she doesn't have the new album. She doesn't have that lame book to look towards or to look forward to anymore. So all she has to her name is being the biggest train wreck that everyone talks about. But There's other train wrecks entering into the mix every day. And when they do, Britney starts acting even more crazy. Like when Gypsy Rose got out of jail. Everyone was focused on that train wreck. And I told you it was only a matter of time before Britney starts acting more outrageous on Instagram because she's getting less attention right now. Because there's a new train wreck in Hollywood for everyone to focus on, for everyone to take advantage of before they chew them up and spit them out. And Gypsy Rose already got chewed up and spit out. But Gypsy stole a little bit of Britney's 15, we can't say 15 minutes of fame, but Gypsy kind of stole that little niche, that little spotlight of, oh man, we know this isn't going to end well, let's watch this. But now we got Wendy Williams in the equation. So don't be surprised if Britney is going to start doing something even more crazy to try to get the eyes back on her, because this is all she has. And when another celebrity train wreck enters the mix, it takes a little bit of the focus off of her, because there's only so many people online who are really tuned into this portion of the internet where everyone kind of pops their popcorn and they watch celebrities kill themselves on social media. But as Britney is at her lowest, and it's hard to deny that she is, as Britney is at her lowest, her fans are now stooping to a new low as well. You see, when you see Britney, if you look at her Instagram or you pay attention, if you're one of us who are paying attention, it's easy to see that there's a problem. But most people aren't paying attention. Most people have no clue what's been going on with Britney the last couple of years since the conservatorship ended. Yeah, they heard of the Free Britney movement because it was all over the news. They were happy when Britney was freed. But they haven't been paying attention to the situation since. And Britney Spears' little crazy psychopath fan base, they like taking advantage of that. You see, what they do is they try to hide the fact that Britney has a problem. They try to hide the fact that all of them were wrong and that Britney probably needed a conservatorship after all. They try to hide all of that by posting fake photoshopped and AI images of Britney Spears. They post fake videos and fake photos and fake facts and fake news to confuse the general public and to make the general public think that everything is A-okay with Britney, that she's thriving, shining, and living her best life. Often I wonder, why are people so upset in my comment section? Why do they think that what I'm saying is so off base from what is actually happening? Well, the reality is a lot of the casual people who aren't paying attention to the situation, they're going online and they're seeing fake posts. They're seeing fake news about Britney being at this award show or that award show. They're seeing AI photos of Britney looking great, when in reality, she doesn't look like that anymore. So recently, the SAG Awards happened. Now, Britney Spears was not at the SAG Awards. Britney Spears was not even invited to the SAG Awards. I don't think Britney Spears is mentally capable of going to an award show right now. But Britney's delusional, crazy fans thought it was a good idea to take a picture of Reese Witherspoon at the SAG Awards, and then they edited or AI generated, I think it's photoshopped, a photo of Britney Spears' head on Reese Witherspoon's body, okay? Now, I'll be the first to admit, I'll give credit where credit is due. This is a good Photoshop. The photo looks real. It looks so real that there are thousands upon thousands of people on the internet who saw this photo, and they're all thinking that Britney Spears is looking great and doing great, when in reality, this is what Britney Spears looks like. This is how Britney Spears is actually doing. But her Yas Queen weirdo psycho fans are out here trying to hide her situation from the world, and they're spreading these photos like Britney is thriving after the conservatorship. And you can go to the quote tweets on this post, and you will see that there are so many people fooled. Everyone's saying Britney is looking great. Britney is this, Britney is that. And people use this as evidence against people like me to say, oh, you're crazy. You're wrong for saying this about Britney. You're wrong for saying Britney's crazy. Look, Britney's doing great at the SAG Awards. No, she's not. She was never there. She's never at any of these award shows. You see, I've been calling out this stuff for over a year now, and these Britney Spears fans have been getting away with it. A lot of people who aren't paying close attention, they have a whole false reality in their mind about what has been going on with Britney Spears post-conservatorship. They're seeing these viral posts on social media every day about Britney being at the Grammys. Oh, Britney's at the Super Bowl. Britney's at the Oscars. Oh, Britney got this award. Britney's doing this. No, Britney is in her living room next to a literal pile of dog shit, spinning in circles, smoking cigarettes, and allegedly, possibly, maybe doing meth. Who knows? And these people have been getting away with this for a very long time. I call it out all the time, and then people look at me like I'm crazy, like I'm some type of hater that's making up conspiracies. No, I'm just telling the truth. There's a bunch of mentally ill weirdos online. They hide behind photos of Britney Spears when she was like 17 and 18 years old. Most of these people are grown adults, and they dedicate their time to getting online and spreading misinformation about Britney Spears to make it look like she's living this great life, that she's thriving, everything's okay between her and her kids. She's got new music coming out. She's at every single event. But I've been telling people for a long time now that all of this is fake. It's very obviously fake, but people fall for it. The general public has been falling for it for a couple of years. Now, luckily, finally, X or Twitter, whatever you want to call it, they have finally been forced to step in to start labeling these posts as misinformation. They're having to step in and fact check these posts now because it's getting outrageous. It's getting to the point where a lot of these posts are going like ultra viral. And as I said before, we have hundreds of thousands, maybe even millions of people out here that have this false reality in their mind about what has been happening with Britney post-conservatorship. So a lot of people out here think that she looks great, that she's been doing great, that she's got an album on the way. They think that she's going to be performing at the Super Bowl next year. They think that she just won a Grammy. They think that she was at the SAG Awards about to get an award for some type of TV show. They have no idea that all of this stuff is a fake fairy tale world that mentally ill people created to hide their favorite singer's mental illness. It's literally one of the most insane mentally ill things I could possibly think of. But let's even take it to the next level. Don't you think it's kind of gross to take a picture of another woman and then put another woman's head on that woman's body and then claim that that's Britney? Don't you think that's kind of gross? I mean, isn't that kind of disrespectful to Reese Witherspoon? And you'll go online and everyone's like, oh my God, stunning. She looks great. Yeah, Reese Witherspoon does look great. You're looking at Reese Witherspoon's body with I would say like a 25-year-old highly photoshopped Britney Spears head on it. Okay? A very sad situation when you think about the fact that there are people in like their 40s who are sitting in their living room creating these photos. They're so delusional. They don't even want people to see how crazy Britney has gotten. So they're pumping this stuff out there hoping that some of this stuff sticks and some of it goes viral and people will be fooled by it. You know what I mean? Like, how deranged is that? I thought these people were crazy when they would attack Britney's kids, But this is even like one step crazier. To think that there's like an alternate reality within our own reality where people have been conned and fooled by Britney Spears fans into thinking that she is living like this supermodel, super cool, terrific life, winning awards and starring in new movies and having, the Grammys and all this stuff, when in reality she's in her living room twirling around in circles next to pieces of poop. It's crazy to think about, y'all. This is kind of wild when you really think about it. So oftentimes when people come across my videos, they act like I'm the big bad wolf. Oh my God, how could you say this? How could you say that? Because in their mind, they're looking at this alternate reality where Britney just won a Grammy. She's performing at the Super Bowls, just starred in a new movie, and she's on the red carpet every week looking stunning. It's really crazy. So now I know, a lot of the people who have an issue with some of my views on this situation, they don't even they'll never be able to fully understand the situation because they're living in this alternate reality within our reality that was crafted by Yas Queen Britney Spears fans. And they are fooling people. It is working. It is working. And it is sad to see. It is sad to see. Like, what lengths will these people go to enable Britney's mental illness? How much further can you go when you're getting to the point that you're creating AI images and photoshopped images to fool people that Britney's in places where she's not, looking how she doesn't, in order to hide the fact that she looks crazy? She's literally telling people that she's a dance teacher now that teaches little girls. None of that even happened. Britney is like falling off the deep end. And instead of acknowledging it, instead of hoping for the best, maybe trying to get this woman some help, they're actively trying to hide it in any way possible. Even if it means Britney Spears basically dying as they share fake photos of her and create a fake life for other people to, I guess, be impressed by or just to hide the truth from other people. It's getting so freaking weird, y'all. It's getting next level weird at this point. But when you call these people out about it, they'll never take accountability. They'll claim it was a joke, or they'll claim, you should be worried about other things like what Britney's family did to her. They'll find a way for Britney to be a victim in a situation that they created by creating AI images of her to pass off as real, so people didn't realize how crazy and weird she looks and acts right now. But they'll come up with whatever excuse possible. I was arguing with a few of these people online earlier, and they were like, you need to leave Britney alone, old man. You're too old to be worried about Britney. And that just shows you how delusional these people are. They're saying that I'm an old man that's too old to worry about Britney Spears. Britney Spears is over a decade older than I am. But in these people's mind, just like in Britney's mind, Britney's still 18 or 19 years old. It's this weird syndrome that not only Britney has, but a large portion of her fan base also has. It's something that they share in common. Like in Britney's mind, I'm sure she still thinks that she's like a teenager. Her growth was stunted around 18, 19. Like, she hasn't mentally matured since then. And neither have her fans. It's not like we got 13-year-olds and 12-year-olds running around here listening to Britney Spears. If you're a Britney Spears fan, you're old. You're just as old as me. I don't know many younger Britney Spears fans. I grew up as like the prime age for Britney Spears' fan base. Maybe even a little too young. Okay? Because when Britney was doing like the Hit Me Baby One More Time and all of that stuff, I think I was in maybe like first or second grade. All right? But these people are so delusional. They'll say things like, you're too old to talk about Britney, as if she's not a 40-something-year-old woman. As if they themselves aren't 40-something-year-old men and women hiding behind 19-year-old pictures of Britney Spears. It's totally insane. I don't think there is a more insane group of people on the internet, but then again, I've run into my fair share of weirdos through covering different stories on YouTube. But with that being said, I want to know what you all feel about this. How many of you all have been fooled? I can guarantee you right now, you might want to check your memory. You might want to go back because somewhere along the road, you probably fell for one of these fake posts. If it hasn't been posted on Instagram, on Britney's official Instagram, then it's probably not real. All in all, if you see anything besides Britney either naked or spinning around like an idiot, then it's fake. Because the only thing she's done post-conservatorship is post nudes and do the same crappy dance moves. Everything else is fake. She hasn't gone to any of these big events. She hasn't been given any of these awards. She's not making this album. She's not making that album. She's not in that movie. She's not writing that song. No, she's either in her living room. Sometimes she's in Mexico, Maui. She goes random little vacations where she basically spins around in other areas of the world. She's spinning circles in different area codes. But other than that, everything else is fake. But for now, let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. If you want to donate to the channel, you can do so via Cash App. I'll have my Cash App in the pinned comment. You can also help this channel by liking, sharing, subscribing, all of that good stuff. But with that being said, I'll talk to you all soon in the next one.